What's going on, everyone? So, from the moment they announced Scream 7, there were rumors and talks about Scream 8 was in the works, right? And now it looks like we have confirmation. So, there is a screenshot going around from Production Weekly that shows Scream 8 on the list of future films, future projects. And there's a bunch of other films and stuff on there. But you see Scream 8 clearly there. Now, is this your confirmation? Yes and no, right? Like, it's essentially just like, again, a screenshot with like a bunch of like list of films, right? That somebody anyway could have made, right? So I want to take that as it is. It does say Production Weekly, with the link. So, but we don't know if somebody doctored it or whatnot, right? I'd love confirmation if somebody does or is subscribed to Production Weekly. I don't personally have it or pay for it or anything like that, but if you're somebody that does, is that really there? But regardless, I do believe that Scream 8 is going to happen. I talked about this the moment Scream 5 happened. I was like, they're going to make probably 12 of these. Why? Because the Spyglass and them paid a ton. They paid like $500 million for the rights to not just Scream. It was like a whole catalog and stuff for everything. But like Scream was the big prize. Like that's the big like money draw, money winner. So they got to make probably 5 films just to kind of recoup their money and then some, right? And then all the other little pieces, especially the way like movies are doing in today's time. Movies are not like super successful right now in a lot of ways. There's the few here and there, but for the most part, like Hollywood's struggling. So that kind of led me to think like, okay, we're probably gonna get a Scream 10, right? And so I do think it makes sense that Scream 8 is on the back burner, right? We do know, and we do have confirmation that the Kirby movie is coming out. So technically we know for sure there's going to be like a Scream 8 movie, but is it Scream 8 in like the continuity sense, right? Like you're getting Scream 7 to Scream 7 end on a cliffhanger or something like that. And then now that leads into Scream 8, right? Like there's a million possibilities and potential now, but it just, to me, one of the things like where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Like when you keep hearing from multiple people that have usually been right? Like that are like, no, Scream 8 is going to happen, right? These insiders that are right more often than not. Usually it's like, it's like when you hear one, it's like, okay, that's interesting. You hear two, you're kind of like, okay, maybe something's here. And then once you start hearing 3, 4, and then now you're getting screenshots, stuff, now you're getting all this other, all of a sudden it's like, okay, like how much do you need to see before you think like, and it's not something that's far-fetched, right? It's not something where it's like, oh, there's no way they're making a Scream. Like, no, it's like, yeah, they're probably going to make another Scream 8's probably not where it's going to stop. And so when there was talks about there being a Scream 7, right? And Sydney was coming back to the fold and stuff like that. Because remember, Scream 7 originally was supposed to be the conclusive trilogy to the Sam arc. So originally they were going to do 5, 6, 7 with Sam and then figure out what they were going to do from there. But the moment that, the Melissa Barrera thing happened and then we got Sydney back, there were talks that like, no, we're not just getting an 8. Like they're planning, they want to do a new Sydney trilogy, right? They want Sydney to come on and do, or Nev, right? Come on and do 3 new films and have Nev kind of man and be the forefront of a new trilogy, right? So with that, I kind of look at it and go, you know what? I think that that's probably what's going to happen. I think that's probably the safe bet. Obviously, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. So I think you'll get the announcement as the next one goes. So like Scream 7, if it does well, right? You'll get the announcement of Scream 8 officially, right? And then if Scream 8 does well, you'll get the announcement of Scream 9, right? And then we'll get the answer to the trilogy. Like, but I mean, even like, so for example, after Scream 5, literally Scream 5 came out, I don't even think it was out a week, and we got the announcement that Scream 7 was in the work. Scream 6, sorry. Going into Scream 7. Scream 6 was in the works. I think it was like 3 days after the movie came out, right? I made videos talking about it. We were talking about it, all that stuff. And I was like, that is really odd. Like they did not let this movie marinate at all before they announced the next film, right? So I do think they've been pretty quick on like, hey, we're going to do the next movie. We're going to do the next movie. Now, then you could ask like, okay, Fate, why not just come out and just say like, there's a Scream 8 movie? Why not just, and I was like, a couple reasons. One, right? Like you don't want to put the cart before the horse. Like, what if Scream 7 does terrible? Like, what if Scream 7 is like a disaster, right? Then it's like, okay, well, do we do Scream 8 or do we, go a different direction, right? Or like, not saying that they won't do Scream 8, but what if they need more time now, right? Like, man, this Sydney story is not working. It didn't work. So we need to kind of get back to the drawing board. So you don't want to like, oh, hey, we're doing a Scream 8 and then, we got to wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years for that, right? Like, so I could see something like that. The other side of it is just like, you want to kind of have the thing be the thing, right? You start announcing Scream 8, people start talking about Scream 8, now they're moving Scream 8. Yeah, they're still going to be talking about Scream 7, but everything's going to be kind of tied and linked to Scream 8 rather than, just, hey, let's focus on Project A, right? If you've played sports, you're not working towards, you're not doing, game 3, you're focused on the game right now, right? You got a game on Sunday and it's like, okay, we're gearing up and prepping for that game. Watching the film, doing whatever you need to do, right? If you're not looking at like, okay, we got to play this team 3 nights from now. No, you're like, hey, we got this team right here, right now. Let's play this team. Let's beat this team. Let's handle business. Right? It's kind of how I feel about this, the Scream 7, right? Like, let's focus on the film at hand. All the rumors, speculations, all those other things, right? Let the fans run wild with it, right? It's good promotion either way. They're people like myself and Killjoy Jake in the Night Watch Zone and Craving Something Scary and all of us, many others, Critical Overlord and all these other channels. They're all going to be, guess what? Talking about it, right? We're all going to be talking about Scream 8. We're all going to be talking about Scream 7. We're all going to be talking about the possibilities of Scream 7 bleeding into Scream 8 and what does this mean and what does that mean and da-da-da. And then when the movie comes out, guess what? Before they even announce it, we're all going to be like, oh, there was this scene that's clearly going to tie into. I mean, we're doing the work for them. Fans are excited. Fans are engaged. Fans are pumped. Fans are, oh, yeah, we're going to. Like, I just look at it and go, it's probably where we're at, right? That's probably the best bet for the studio. But I think we're getting a Scream 8. I am very confident. I mean, I was confident we were getting a Scream 8 back when they announced Scream 5. Again, the proof is here on the channel, right? Where I talked about like, hey, there is a very good chance that we're going to get probably 5 or 6 of these movies minimum, right? And lo and behold, fast forward, guess where we're at? We got 5 or 6 of these movies in the works now, right? We'll have 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 4. You just need one more, which, if they do a Sydney trilogy, there's your one more. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? I feel what your thoughts. Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mix in the middle. What do you think about the possibility of Scream 8? I'd love to hear it. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.